I was living in Los Angeles and I was playing lead guitar for a rock and roll band. We were doing quite well, hanging out with a lot of famous people, actors and movie stars, rock stars. And I was traveling across country. At that time, I was in Maryland. And I had long dreadlocks and a bunch of earrings, let out all my secrets. And I was taking a walk in the autumn time, and I ran into a religious man from my old neighborhood, and I had a conversation with him, and he said, it's amazing, the universe started off as a little tiny dot, the whole universe, and from that it expanded out into what you see before you now, into this whole universe. It's amazing, it's a beautiful thing. And I said, wow, I was blown away. He was a scientist, so he gave me some of the details. I was like, wow, it's an amazing universe, an amazing world. And he said, but I don't believe in God. And I was shocked. Everybody was quiet. I got to say more shocking things. So I was shocked. So I said, well, what do you mean? I mean, he was a religious guy. I was not religious. And he said he didn't believe in God. And he told me all these amazing things also. And I said, well, what do you mean you don't believe in God? He said, let me tell you something. He said, a few years ago, my wife passed away from cancer. He said, there's no God that could do something like that. That's what he said to me. And I had this amazing moment. I said, but what about the universe was a tiny dot and expanded? And he goes, it's all science. And I said, no, you don't understand. There has to be a God. And I started trying to, what they call Macari. I was not religious. I had the long dreadlocks and the earrings. And I started trying to talk this guy into believing that there is a God. And I said, no, I said, you just don't understand how such a thing could happen, but it doesn't mean that there's not a God. And I realized, I wrote this song about this experience. Right at that time, and I realized that it's the heart, like my father said so quaintly before, that it's the heart that dictates oftentimes the choices that we make and not our minds. Notice pretty things. It's too hot for my winter clothes, cold enough for tea. Walk beneath the dying leaves and watch them as they fall, knowing all things have to change. Our lives move by like ashes, blowing across the floor. Meeting Mr. Lamberton on our nightly walk. Said he sees his faith get up and walk on out the door, knowing all things have to change. He's alone, already gone. In a world of chemicals, theoreticals, all things have to change. First thing in the morning, as life is short it seems. Early for my breakfast, but too late for my dreams. Notice how my mind repeats these sympathetic themes, like all things have to change. As the dance is over, feeling like a fool. It's like I missed my classes, stayed late after school. The world of rich and dying man, where lovers make the rules, and all things have to change. We're alone, until I'm through. Even then we go beyond.